Alrighty, so Warborne Above Ashes. Somebody gave me this game title earlier this week, so I figured I said I would jump into it. And there is so much good at this game and so much bad at this game at exactly the same time that it hurts my soul. It really does. This game is literally the batter in baseball. Fucking Pedro Serrano can't hit a curveball. When this game connects, this game hits the ball so fucking hard. It has, some of them haven't landed yet. Unfortunately, this game is a PvP centric game that has one really huge flaw. And that flaw is, if you don't have a group of people to play with, you probably are not going to be very effective at this game. We also have the other problem, which I want to be transparent, because it's a free-to-play game. It has a lot of non-English speakers in it, which reminds me an awful lot like EVE Online. Like, it's a faction-based game. Go outside to actually see the map. It's a faction-based game, which is really cool. The way they've done this. This right here, this is amazing. 6 factions, so a lot of competition. Somewhat safe areas, because when you go into certain areas, the amount of damage you do to the enemy is reduced. The amount of damage you take is increased. So really, really solid. They give you a lot of tools, but this game is also what we talk about. When we talk about like Path of Exile, and we talk about there's just too much. There's just too much at first. That's actually interesting. The planet evolved so that we can level up again. Last night I was stuck at level 25. This is shit. First of all, death by menus. Second of all, this is not always the best way to do it. I will say they did really well with their menus. So it's like I love I love their tutorials. As you saw, if you have a question about something, they're not making it difficult to find. They're literally like, oh, you have a question about this. Yeah, this is the upgrade tree. So if you have a question about this, there's that right there. It takes you right to equipment and then equipment mastery. It's really, really well done. I love the player acquisition funnel. I will say, I think I played this game for about 6 hours. And I felt really, really confident in knowing what was going on. I also love the fact that the way they've done classes is my personal favorite way to do it. So here's me right now, and I've unlocked a second drifter. So I could switch to Nixa, and then I can unlock all of these. This is my favorite way for a game to do this particular feature. Actually give me different characters to control instead of just dogpiling on everything. Like I like Final Fantasy 14, but I feel like it gets too overwhelming with gear sets, and I've got to have like 15 different chests, and I've got an armory chest, and even if I'm all 4 tank classes, I might, how my tank, well, now it doesn't matter, but back in the day, how my tanks play, I might want to have different gear. So now what I will say is I still don't know what I don't know. Like I don't understand everything about this game. Like I see in the corner right now, wartime is about to be upon us in 27 minutes. I have no idea. And part of that is because do the factions have specific lore? Not that I've seen, but the factions do get different bonuses. This is not an RPG in any sense of the word. This is, their big shtick is 24/7 live fights. Now, like I said, without, I'm in Exiled. I've never been able to figure out if there's a dedicated, oh, apparently there is. I've joined the Discord, but they don't have any text channels. It's like, man, I gotta find a new guild to do stuff with, because this game without a solid guild for this, you're not going to go very far. In this game, you absolutely need a guild. What I will also say is that, like Path of Exile, there's so much going on with so many classes and so many ways to build. I don't know if I built my character right. I just know that I feel, quote, feel like I can explore the world on my own. I also, my perception is there's not enough content. And when I say there's not enough content, what I mean is, on this map, all of these points are already capped. And since I don't readily have like a solid group to run content with, I can't go do other stuff. So if you're going to play this is the kind of game where you're going to need to bring in 5 or 6 or 7, 8, 10 friends. And hey, you're not a possum, get out of the trash. Path of Exile is a great game to take inspiration from. You're absolutely right. Path of Exile does a lot of things right. Now, up to level 26, I haven't found anything egregious in terms of what pay to win will look like. Somebody mentioned yesterday that there is pay to win. There is a cash shop. Mittens, stop. I don't know what pay to win problems there could be. But since somebody played the game longer than I had, they obviously know. I do know that when you die, depending on what zone you're in, you drop gear and you drop inventory. The trick to that is buying gear is literally going to the marketplace and buying it. It's not like you're spending fractured amount of 16, 18 hours to re-gear up. I will say I've gotten into some PvP. I've won all the time, but I'm beginning to wonder if every time I said I've gotten into PvP, if I'm actually in PvP or if they're bots. Somebody else. Mittens, you are being terrible. I know your mom's not home. I think somebody else kind of alluded to yesterday that maybe all of the times that it says hostile player, it might not always be a hostile player. It might be a bot. I would actually, if that was true, I would actually be adamantly against that idea. If you're building a game, you have to build the game with the design idea of what are we gonna do if there aren't other players? Okay, what the fuck is your problem? No, you can't have that French fry. Sorry, my wife is gone again. They were gone last night, and she's gone again this morning. She's at the clinic giving shots to kittens. So, her cat is just being an asshole. Now, I absolutely am not trying to shit on this game. I think this game has a lot to offer. I just think that without English speaking servers or without US based servers, you might struggle a bit. But the game is fun. The game is fun as hell. I enjoy the game. A lot of the things they did right was not being respectful of your time. We'll keep it on that metric. Being respectful of the player's time is something they've done this. This is Warborne above Ashes. And like I said, there's a ton I don't understand about the game. So I am not like the subject matter expert. But the things that I'm discovering is that in order to be successful in this game, you're going to need a group. You're not going to be successful at this game without a group. Like I said, I love the idea that we can have multiple characters based on what we need. Well, I don't know why the hell you're up there. Thank you. Big Blue Zerg. It's okay. Sunday stream. Yeah, I always tell my community that if somebody drops a game for me to look at, I'll cover it. Then of course people have given me a list of like 5 games. The issue is this is Warborne above Ashes. Warborne above Ashes. It's not a bad game. Like I said though, I would have to find a group. This is the kind of game that I would normally have been a guild leader in. And had a blast with this because it's a fast get into the game. It doesn't take long. I mean, fast people leveling would be done in just a couple of hours. I love the complexity of the map. I love the throttling that like last night we couldn't level above 25. Okay, so apparently I'm gonna go probably die, but it's a PvP game. Yep. There's PvE objectives, but yeah, there's PvP. Which of course, the people that leveled and have better gear are gonna be like infinitely harder to kill, but you know, it is what it is. Is it kind of a tab target? No, it's not tab target at all. Well, I don't. No, yeah, it's if you're set, like, I know there's skill shots. One of my abilities is a skill shot. Because of what's going on with my nervous system again, I was really happy that the starter character was basic. You could build into a basic attack. But some of my abilities are actual skill shot. My time as a streamer and a content creator of well, video game streamer is probably coming to a close. My most recent round of shots weren't effective, so if the shots don't start being effective, I'm going to have to come up with a new alternative, and I just won't be able to game, which is fine. I mean, I won't be able to play games like that require a lot of clicking. I'll be able to play games that are less, like I could do CK3 or something. League of Legends Planetfall, maybe. Remember, I only played one game of CK3. I was told to put my hands in a blender. On the map I'm on, they took one of the. That one's in 8 minutes. Blue is trying to come down here. We're gonna have to go be a nuisance. Of course, if they're in a large group, there ain't shit you're gonna do. Actually, I shouldn't go be a large nuisance. I should go drop off what's in my bag. Because I don't even think I have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough currency to. I probably could replace my weapon. If I drop my weapon when I die, I'd be kind of fucked. But no, so far, this is a rather good game. I think people that have a group that they can play with would really enjoy it. Of course, 20% lower Starfall token sale transaction fee if you are a subscriber. I mean, I'm okay with that. They need to make their money too. That's part of the. Some people were like, "Well, that's pay to win." Well, yeah, I get that. That's kind of pay to win, but they need to make money as well. I mean, batch sell will save you some time. Oh, shit. There you go. See? Button's right in front of me. And then there's like little mini dungeons. The mini dungeons are, you know, they are what they are. I'm not going to claim that they're like amazing content because that would be a lie. But for what the game is pretty solid. Like I said, I would absolutely recommend, if you're gonna play, like, you're gonna need to link up with a warband pretty quickly right out of the box. Because the content requires people. There's not really like open world stuff you can just like jump into, and there's not a problem jumping into it, but you need to be in a group to go into the dungeons. Because you won't survive by yourself. But what were we were talking about a couple of weeks ago? We were talking about games that, can you learn everything there is to know about the game in the game, or do you need to log out of the game and look at guides? And that is kind of where this game is kind of rough, where you kind of need to do a lot of like alt tabbing for this game, because so many things are presented at one time that it's hard to it's hard to know exactly what's going on. Like what he's doing right now, moving an energy cell to a fortress. They don't ever really do a good job of explaining in game like what that big wampin icon is. Like they tell you wartime. And I know some people are going to say, well, why'd you install it if you didn't look? And I get that. I understand that it's a PvP game. But give me like 10 more words. Like, what are we doing there? Does the game have some sort of compendium? It does. It absolutely does. But if you don't know what you don't know, then you don't know what to look up. So that therein lies where the problem is. Like I can click on wartime. And I also feel like you spend an awful lot of time moving from like objective to objective. But I can click on wartime. Well, actually, I could. I could find it in there. But yeah, if they would put the icon for war, like what is wartime? Where do I go? What do I do? I feel like they almost. Like they almost need to put you through like a little bit better of a tutorial so that you know, like, this is what it'll look like out in the world. They when you drop in, you just drop in. So. And I know some people's response, and rightfully so, will be, well, you know, you'll get that information when you link up with your warband. Okay? Well, you're assuming that there's going to be good warband leaders that speak your language. It's not a good plan to leave the education. I saw the biggest Albion creator didn't recommend this game. Okay, and the biggest Albion creator isn't exactly an unbiased opinion. If he's the biggest Albion creator, he definitely doesn't want people to go play another game that's similar to Albion because it might draw players away from Albion. So, I mean, I'm not exactly trusting. Why are you deciding to be difficult today? I'm not exactly going to trust the largest Albion creator to be unbiased in his review of another game. Because he doesn't want to see his game. Do I look up things online when playing Paradox games, as those are rather complex as well? Yes. Paradox Interactive games, especially, well, I'm currently on CK3. I'm thinking about rotating back to Stellaris if I don't have anything else to play for a while. But there are so many things in CK3 which are just not naturally intuitive. Like, it doesn't tell you in game, like, what are the stats you want for your wet nurse. Like, it doesn't actually say the best stats for a wet nurse are. Like, you have to, like, have people see what gives them stats. It's like somebody made a really amazing mod for CK3, and then when they changed the way it displayed, it broke the mod. It was like, well, what stats would be good? Now, I know some people would say, well, figure it out. Yeah, I get that. But I don't want to keep a notepad and paper next to me all the time after I figured it out. See, and then this is what I'm talking about, the open world thing. All the members of your faction will just show up at events. But these are the open world ones. So I think one place the developer needs to put some work is into the chat interface. So it's gonna be an interesting thing if they can make this work. Now, of course, a group of people that have an organized Discord, an organized TeamSpeak, an organized group, they're gonna, if they're on comms, they're gonna excel at this game. Because in PvP, obviously, organization is everything. Like you have, there are tank classes, there are support classes, there are healers, there's AoE damage dealers, there's single target damage dealers. So they've done it, like they've done an amazing job of building out the classes from what I've seen. Now, I've only played this character. I've been playing, I think I played for about 6 hours. And then, like I said, last night I got to 25, and 25 was the planet cap, and now the planet cap was increased, which is good. I like the idea of capping progress to let people catch up. This is also very much a grind, where you'll see when I get XP, that bar will appear. I have to max all of those, which means the more you play, the more you get. Now, obviously, I can do this as well. I can use equipment skill books to get equipment XP, which is the benefit of running these events, because they're well, that's what's wrong. So these two, I don't think I reset my skills after doing the training last night. Did not. That will make all the difference in 10 seconds. But no, this will definitely, since it's free to play, this will definitely be a game that'll keep you busy for a while. But yeah, I think the largest flaw of the game, if there is one, is just how much, and it's not really a flaw for the game because it is their core game design, but the idea of 24/7 PvP is great. They've done it. They've decided they want to do something that's very difficult to pull off. And they've designed their game in a way that's going to support that gameplay style. The fact that the map, you start off and you have to contest the map. A fully contestable map is a great thing. That's something I haven't seen in a while. I think the only game I've really seen that in is EVE Online. So the way these guys have done their map is a good play. Of course, everybody loves an archer that can shoot in every direction at one time, right? And of course, the higher the level, the better the spots are. I popped down here because there were some to flip. It'll, after some time, it doesn't give you the timer until it's closer. So, like, after some time, oh cool, just some random amount of time. Okay, after some time. Which I think is good because it stops people from, in some ways it stops people from camping everywhere. I think the timer they give might be a little too long. But at the same time, if your entire goal is constant PvP, you want people to know where to go for the fights. There we go. That makes life easier. I would also like to say that if you're going to take the time to make a post on somebody's YouTube channel and you literally admit to using ChatGPT to have the argument, just stop. If you're using ChatGPT, it literally means you don't understand the material. And if your argument is based on, well, ChatGPT told me, yeah, man, ChatGPT told you because ChatGPT will reinforce your position. ChatGPT reinforces the position back to the user unless you by default, or not by default, unless you very specifically tell it, I want you to argue with me. I want you to show me where I am wrong. If you don't say to it, I want you to show me where I'm wrong, it's just going to agree with you. I don't even know why I bothered wasting my time last night with that individual. It was a bad faith argument anyway. Like, war begins. Yay, war begins. I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to go. But the war began. And then, see, the supply crate unlocks in an hour. I think this right here is what a lot of games should use. This is actually one thing that I think could be beneficial to Ashes of Creation. And we take a little bit of a twist on this, and what we do is we say this box is here. We keep having mobs spawn around it that don't give any XP or any other loot or anything, but the box is going to be there for an hour. The more mobs you kill around the box, the more rating you get, the more priority you get to open the box. So you create PvP zones. And it seems like people in a lot of games, they want PvP, but they want meaningful PvP. So give them meaningful PvP. Give them PvP where they go to a spot and they fight for an hour, and whoever kills the most there gets the goodie, gets to open the box. Or I think something similar to like what Revelation Online did. You fight somewhere, and the better you do, you either get first, second, or third, and then fourth place is just the first loser. Fourth place doesn't get anything. I think things like that, like that's why I said this game does an awful lot of things very well. It just, like, it would be nice if it was at wartime and there was an organized war event. Like, where are we supposed to be? And again, I fully admit that that's my warband leader's job. The warband leaders are supposed to be like, hey, we're fighting here. We're fighting here today. You're like, oh, really? I shot the barrel, didn't I? That is one long silence. And this right here, I think they need to make a slight change. I think they need to make it so that if the mobs leash, that the mobs go into like a health regen mode, so they get like way more of their life back. I'll try to get up there, and because all you have to do is kite him out. I didn't really do a lot to him. Yeah, all you got to do is pull him and kite him, and you can get the boss. Will probably run back. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, see, there goes the boss. So, one little minor change: if they leash, they should go into like rapid health regen. Otherwise, you just pull everything out. But it's a very fun game. Very, very, very fun game. Very happy somebody recommended it to me. Now, if I can just, like I said, my big thing now will be finding a warband that's actually large and active. Where's the other guy? Yes. How's the combat? I mean, the combat is what it is for what we expect it to be. It's very strategic and tactical. My build is very, I like my build. I like the options that this first starter class, well, I shouldn't say the options that this first starter character has, because I chose this character. You do get a choice at creation, and then you get a free second character. Oh shit, that's a bad day. You get a free second character to choose from, so I could swap to the other character I have. But I like it. I mean, for what it is, for an isometric, it's one of the better isometric combat games that I've played. I don't like how the sports station, it kind of pigeonholes you into doing one role. I mean, a little bit, yeah, but I mean, you can always change. I mean, nothing says you can't swap your characters out of the support station, but I do agree with you that you've only unlocked 2 epic pieces, epic being purple. Yeah, I have armor, I have chest, visor, and my bow. Wait, what we have now is a DPS race. Probably should, when I come to do these, I probably should keep my healing vest on as well. You're not a fan of isometric combat is a niche in and of itself. Not everybody likes it. Shit. Away. Away. One thing I do not like is that if you run out of a consumable and you have to load a new consumable in, that that puts your abilities on cooldown. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Yeah, see, damn it. Yeah, they should increase the stack size. Who cares if somebody has 100 pieces of soup or 20? But obviously they care because they deliberately made switching your consumable item trigger your 10-second cooldown. So they obviously want you to have to be tactical in your use of the items. That was fun and exciting for all people involved. I'm excited for Aeon 2 launch in November and just realized that's the Korean launch and not the NA launch. Well, I got really bad news for you, man. You shouldn't be excited for you really shouldn't be excited for the Aeon 2 launch. It's, from what I've been told, it's pay to win to an obscene level. So I don't actually know if you should be excited about it. Diablo Immortal 2.0. Yeah, obviously I don't have all of the answers, but yeah, what a lot of people have said is it's pay to win to hell and back. I'm not a huge fan of I'm not a huge fan of pay to win at all anymore. I think it's offensive, to be honest, that we have so much pay to win in things. I would, and the only people to blame for pay to win is us, is the players. It's pay to win because we spend the money as the players. And that's any game with pay to win. Here we down there. Yeah. Stay on him. He hits kind of like a truck. That's a brave guy right there, going right through the middle of that. Yeah, sadly, I mean, Chrono Odyssey, we've got Chrono Odyssey coming up. We've got Arcade Chronicles is the back half of next year. I mean, it depends on how bad the pay to win in Aeon 2 is. New game, who dis? This is Warborne Above Ashes. It's not bad. Like I said, it's fairly decent with the gameplay. It would be nice if Um, it would be nice if there was a little bit more guidance for a few things, but most of that'll probably be solved if I get into an English-speaking warband. The new Arcade seems a lot less like Arcade 1 than I expected. Well, you got to remember, it's gonna feel like a lot less like Arcade 1 than you expected, because Arcade 1 blew up in their face. The reason why Arcade 1 was a failure was the players. And I'm not saying that there weren't a lot of failures on the part of XL Games and Tryon, but there was a big amount of failure on the part of the player base, because what they did was they just beat the dog shit out of the new players, and then the new players didn't want to play anymore. It's the same problem. It is absolutely the same problem that EVE Online has. EVE Online, the players don't want to play. New players don't want to stay because they just get the dog shit beat out of them. Oh, I can't get it anyway because I don't have the... A tale is all the time in every PvP-centric MMO. Yes. And the big issue comes... And Ashes of Creation is already experiencing this. And it's the most recent game to not understand and not listen. Like, there's a reason why it's called The Tale as Old as Time. Because you shouldn't be making this mistake. Make a whole bunch of other mistakes, absolutely, but why are you making this mistake, right? Why are you making this mistake? And the answer becomes because they think it'll be different this time. And it won't be different. And the reason why it won't be different is because, exactly like you said, it's the tale as old as time. As long as you have one group of douchebag players, you're always going to have you're always going to have that problem. Okay, 300 plus 2%, 300 plus 2%, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. But yeah, you're absolutely right. If you don't give PvP, like, you got to give PvPers a squeaky toy. You got to give PvPers something to do, so they leave everybody else the fuck alone. And if you don't do that, then you're simply going to have bored PvPers running around. And when the PvPers are bored, they literally ruin the experience for other people. Which is why you don't want the PvPers bored. Give me 1 second. Like, unsimulated PvPers will cannibalize the game if the game allows it. Yes, absolutely. Which is why you have to make your PvP setup in such a way that the PvPers have to cannibalize themselves. You absolutely have to make it so that they start cannibalizing themselves. And the way you do that is arenas. The way you do that is, if you have 5 world bosses on a map, then you set a randomizer where one of those world bosses will be a PvP zone. That way the PvPers can go to the one that's going to be a PvP zone. But you also make it so the other ones can't, there's no PvP around the others. Or there is, but there's no random shits and giggles PvP. You make it so that the PvP around world bosses can only, and I thought Ashes of Creation had the right recipe. You have guild wars, you have node wars. You have 2 different ways for 2 different social organizations of people. I shouldn't say social organizations, because they have social organizations. Or something like Cryodil. I'm not familiar enough with Cryodil. People have tried to explain it to me in the past. I'm not an ESO player, so I don't know enough to say yes or no. But you gotta give, this is like Albion Online. This is very much like Albion Online from what I've been told. You gotta give the PvPer something to do. Now this game, Warborne, gives the PvPer something to do because you can always PvP. And the way they stop PvPers from going and fucking with the new players is you take a massive penalty to both the damage you take and the damage you do when you go into their newbie sections. It's not to say that you can't do it, but you know, there's a curve there. I personally would prefer in that there always be a couple of zones where in just one zone, give the new players somewhere to go to get their feet under them where they can never be fucked with. Because if you don't give new players a place to get their feet under them, then they're not going to play in the game. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Bored PvPers will always cannibalize the game. So, you need to make sure you don't have bored PvPers. Which, right now, and again, I don't care about Ashes. I wish it all the best for a selfish reason. I wish it all the best so that it can pay me. But basically, people that are PMing me, they're saying their biggest complaint with Ashes is the groups that are already leveled are just unbeatable in PvP. Well, they're supposed to be unbeatable in PvP. Like, I'm not trying to defend the design decision, because I think it's a bad design decision. But it's the design decision we knew. It's not like they ever hid that. It's not like they ever hid that particular thing. Now, they, in my opinion, they hid some other things. But they at no time never told you that gear wasn't going to matter. Although, oh shit. Without being, you know, hyperbolic. I mean, there should be some level scaling to make it somewhat fair. Depends. Depends on the game. To be honest, it really does depend on the particular game. In some games, no, there shouldn't be level scaling. I like the way this game does it. This game basically says if you go and fuck with the low level players, you can do it. You're just going to be at a massive disadvantage when you do it, and that's okay. That's not a bad way to do it. Again, I still think it would be better if there was one zone that you literally just couldn't get into. Let the players get their feet under them. But I mean, honestly, I felt like I had my feet underneath me within the first 30 minutes. I still don't think I know everything about the game, but I think I had my feet underneath me within the first 30 minutes. That whole group over there. But I genuinely do believe this, and I'm sure the haters will disagree with me. I don't think Ashes makes it through this November's marketing push. I think if Intrepid is hellbent on marketing their game in November, they're going to find out very quickly just how much people don't like their game. Because remember, the moment, like, I know Steven doesn't believe this and he feels differently. That's fine, he can feel differently. I think he's learning very quickly that he's not beloved in the gaming industry. He's beloved in his community. And even recently, his own community has started to kind of turn on him. When you say we're marketing our product, that means your product is ready to suffer all the criticism. Like, there's not, I don't think there's going to be any saving grace for Intrepid to be like, it's only an alpha. Be like, no, man, you've decided to market it. So this it's only an alpha shit goes right out the window in November. I wouldn't be pushing for it in November if I was Intrepid. I would say, holy shit, man, every time we put out a patch, we solve 2 bugs, we create 5 bugs. Even the people inside Ash's echo chamber are very unhappy. Yeah, the marketing. Oh, yeah. I mean, and what I think is funny is, like, people like Talents keep having a go at me. Like, dude, fucking go see a fucking mental health provider. You definitely need one. You have this, like, I wasn't in the community for 2 years. You've got, like, a psychosexual obsession with me, and it's not fucking healthy. You keep an alt on my Discord just because, like, I'm like the center of your world or some shit. Like, dude, get some professional fucking help. Like, that's not healthy. Their main problem is that they can no longer hide behind showcases of vertical slices. Their pants are down. You're right. They can't hide behind vertical slices. And what's really going to kill them in the long run is people are going to say, well, why did you build so much stuff just to show off? Why didn't you just show us the state it was in? See, Intrepid is... I saw Steven say some shit the other day, which was just next level borked. Steven was like, I've interrupted the team's sprint in order to... Well, then right there, man. If you ever wanted to know what's wrong with your development process, you shouldn't be interrupting the team's sprints. Because the moment you start interrupting the team's sprints to make fixes, it means you don't have a large enough team to be building the product that you're trying to build. Because it means you have to take people off of one thing in order to do another thing. And in regards to this, I understand that there are things that need to get done. I get that. I get the idea of we have to pull people off normal repair because we have a snowplow broken, or we have a tow truck, or we have a tow vehicle broken, or the flight line only has 4 de-icers in mission essential level is 6. I get it. But it doesn't change the fact that when you're pulling people off the work they're doing to do other work, you don't have enough people to do everything. You've decided to keep your game. Yeah, Steven says he's never spent anything on marketing, which is a bullshit lie anyway. And if anybody ever talks to him and he says, hey, can I ask you a question? You never spent anything on marketing, except wasn't the whole point of the Kickstarter marketing? Wasn't going to PAX and Gamescom marketing? Because that's what those things are. That's fundamentally what those events are. They're marketing. They're designed to put eyes on the project. Like what these guys are doing. These guys, the developers for this, and forgive me, I don't have the developer's name off the top of my head. I didn't do a cheat sheet today. They are really cognizant of, we're going to do a Twitch drop because Twitch drops are good, because Twitch drops mean streamers show off our game. And we're going to do a content creator program. If you make content, reach out to us. And this, then, I mean, they're hitting all the right notes. They're doing a very good job. They're doing a very good job of laying in the baseline. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a company that says, you know what? Let me lay in the start of this really, really well. What you don't want to see is a company doing exactly, or what you want to see is a Chrono Studio, where they do a beta and they're like, wow, you guys really didn't like that. So what we're going to do, since you guys really didn't like that beta, what we're going to do is we're going to just go dark and we're going to design some stuff, because clearly you guys don't think the product is anywhere near ready to launch. That was a smart move. That was an absolutely smart play. Why are you going to try to keep being on the front of everybody's marketing mind when your first initial response is, this was bad? The better answer is to get off the stage, let somebody else be center stage for a moment, and then Oh shit. Turn around, buddy. They lost shears because of throw cases. Yeah, and that's what I do not understand. Why? I basically, I think what they were stuck in, if I had to guess, they were stuck in a fake it till you make it, and they just didn't know how to get to the point where they make it. It's the only thing I can think of. Finding out what I found out about the money, this is all speculation. This is all speculation. It's really weird to me that you would be $1 million in debt, make $3 million from your Kickstarter, and not immediately pay off your $1 million debt. That something doesn't sit right there. You're $1 million in debt. You've just brought in $2 some odd million, so pay off your debt and keep pressing forward. I don't know why they didn't do it that way. And the only person that can answer that probably will never answer that. But I think Intrepid needs to take a weekend to look at this and see what these guys are doing and see what these guys are doing actually looks kind of good. Take a quick jaunt. Yeah, this is a really well done. This is exactly how you want to do your map. A zone control map. This got me excited in all the wrong places yesterday when I saw it. So I hope more games take a look. I hope more developers take a look at what they've done and said, oh, this doesn't look terrible. I want to wait 4 minutes. Other than that, I actually have to not be lazy for the rest of today after my morning game session to finish. I have like work to do. If my body will cooperate. If my body doesn't cooperate, I don't want to fall behind on what I'm writing, but I have to write the content creator article today. Luckily, I already know a little bit what I'm writing about. It amazes me how many content creators are listening to blind advice and then wondering why they're not growing. Content creators are making TikToks and they're making YouTube shorts. And those things are good to do. Except you have to understand that that's not necessarily a way to drive people to your long form content. And I think that's a big chunk of what like all these content creator coaches are saying. You need to be making short form content. Yeah, because that's currently the easy money. But it's really difficult to convert somebody from your TikTok or your YouTube shorts to your long form content. Like YouTube is a little bit easier because you can tag a video. You can tag a video to be related. But as far as getting people to go from like your TikTok to your Twitch, well, TikTok won't let you do that anymore. Like TikTok has said, okay, we're a platform now. We offer live streaming. Our new terms of service say you can't direct people off of the platform. Well, then what's the point of making TikToks? Like, let's say 1 million people see your videos and you get 10 to click on, 10 to actually be interested enough to find you. That's not really a good return on your time unless you like making short form content. Wow, these guys are just really like meat shields. Well, I got somebody's attention. I also do like that. I like the fact that even though I'm not like in a party because I'm in their faction, I count as a friendly player, so I get their buffs. That's good game design when you're going to do content like this, because you don't always have time to get everybody partied up. So I do like that. I think that's friendly game design. Because what that does is it creates a level of faction warfare and a level of warband warfare. I also like the fact that the levels, they didn't go crazy with the leveling. Like, you know how in some games it's like you're level 1, you're level 5, you're level 10, you're level 50. I like the fact that they kind of started to throttle you around level 15. Like let's get you some levels, let's see what the leveling process looks like, and then let's slow it down. Really? You had to gift a sub. Oh, to get the Chaos Orb. I see like other people's damage and I see my damage, and I feel like I'm not doing the best of my ability. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing as much damage as I could be. This is like the first time you're ever going to hear me say this, but I wish there were fucking damage meters in games like this. That way I could see, like, the people near me, like, is my build good? Like, did I fuck something up? Hey, I don't want to be up close and personal with you. Thanks, though. This is also very much a game where I feel you have to, like, know all of the characters. So when you run into the other characters, you know what you're gonna run into. I know people would hate this, but I think it always adds something good to the game. I know each faction has their own, like, buffs and benefits, but I think, and don't hate me for this. Hey, Aaron, I think this is the kind of game that lends itself to each faction having one drifter, one hero that can only be selected by that faction. It's difficult for new players to get into League. League has I don't know how bad it is now for League of Legends. But what I do know for me, when I tried to play League of Legends, I got told to put my hands in a blender. Like, no, I'm doing this wrong. No, you need to do this. No, nothing else. Just go put your hands in a blender and never play again. So I didn't. I played one League game. And that was it. And where that's a problem is I will never play League again. So obviously I don't think that community is gonna be upset because I was so bad. I went over, what was the next one I played? Han? I got fairly decent at Han. I mean, I wasn't great. Then I went to Heroes of the Storm, and I got fairly good at Heroes of the Storm. Like, I would say, conservatively, like, 2.4, 2.5 kill to death ratio. I mean, I wasn't great. I wasn't one of those people that, oh shit, Jay's gonna carry. No, Jay's not gonna. I mean, sometimes I could, on a random Tuesday at 4 o'clock when the moon was in retrograde, I could carry one match, but not really ever gonna be. I was never gonna be like the cat's meow, right? But I don't know why people treat, like, what I always thought was funny about League, or I thought was, if you're so fucking good, why are you playing open matches? If you're so fucking good, why aren't you playing ranked? Like, you know, I'm not trying to be a dick, but if you're as good as you think you are, why the fuck aren't you playing with people that are, you know, your level? It's like, congratulations, you're a fucking Major League Baseball pitcher, and you got 27 straight strikeouts by pitching to Little League kids. Like, the fuck, man? Why don't you go, like, why don't you go do stuff at the appropriate level? Problem is, League, you have to be level 30 before you can get ranked. Okay, well, how hard is it to get level 30? Because I don't know. Is that a lot? What is that? 30, like 30 matches? I've been looking at what is available about Warborne, and sadly it seems like it is the same issue as Albion. You can just convert the real money premium currency and buy everything with real money. That is correct. That is correct, and it is a problem, and I'm not gonna bullshit you, and I'm not gonna say it's not a problem. But I will tell you that I haven't needed to spend any money. I haven't had to spend a penny. So is it pay to win? Okay, so it depends on what you classify as pay to win. Now, I don't know enough about the game to say definitively that it's not, but I do know that if it follows the standard, if the rest of the levels follow the same standard as the beginning levels are, pay to win would come into effect when you die, you drop shit, you need to replace the shit, so you replace it with real world money instead of it with grinding. With that said, I don't necessarily think that that's like horribly egregious. But again, I don't know about the higher levels. Because at the higher levels, I do know that there's an auction house, but I haven't needed to engage with it yet, so I don't know what's sold in the auction house versus what's sold in the general market. Thoughts on this so far? I think it's, you know, I may or may not stick with it. If I do stick with it, though, I'm going to have to find a warband that's, like, more organized. Because I am very much a give me, like, all the information. I read the instruction manuals to things. I like to know an awful lot. I do not like to experiment and fail. I don't mind failing. I just like to have read before I try. So far, I mean, I think it has all the good parts of a open world game whose shtick is 24/7 PvP. I think it has all of that without a doubt. I do think the I don't know what I'm doing factor is pretty strong. But again, I do think a good warband would solve that. I'm sure that I could go watch YouTube content or read guides. I absolutely don't think it's bad. I do like the capture the point idea. But I feel like I've hit a spot where I feel like I need to be in like the next zone. I think I need to be at 6s, but I can't solo 6s very well. Yeah, that's the map. The map is huge. And always ask me questions. That's why I stream. I stream to answer questions. It's what I do. I always say to people, don't ever feel bad about asking me questions. If I didn't want to be asked questions and I just wanted a game, I wouldn't have the stream open and I would just be gaming. I stream because I like to talk to people. But yeah, I definitely think I would be leveling faster if I was in a group in the next zone up. But at the same time, I don't mind struggling, I don't mind grinding, because I don't necessarily mind learning everything there is to learn, so that then when other people ask me questions, I can better answer them. See, the fact that you only have one tactical item also means that it's a little bit better if you have a group, because that means one person in your group can be dropping restoration items, and then one person can be a tank and have their own personal healing items. Person's saucy right there. Level 19. Let them dance with the boss. I'll keep all the trash off of them. I also, so everyone starts with the ranger character. No, I don't believe they do. I thought, well, I don't remember if you had to start with this character or not. I don't think you had to. But I do know you get a free second character that you can switch to. So you could switch within the first 5 minutes of the game. You like the look of this game? I think it's got good bones. I will say, my warband is probably the limiting factor for me. I need a warband that's more active. And I might look at leaving my warband and joining a new one later. This is definitely a game though that you want to have constant. You want to have round-the-clock members, and you constantly want to be doing things. I love... This is actually... I love the idea of how they do their territory control. You'll notice, like, as soon as I cap this, it'll say, like, total scrap controlled by your faction, 7 of 7, behind my big fat head. The more spots on the map you control, the more bonuses you have, which is just such a smart way to do it. Meaning, if you want to, you can lead a raid into an enemy controlled zone and flip their points and reduce their bonuses, which is probably a really easy way to draw out some good quality PvP. Now, like some stuff like this, you'll notice their mob behavior is a lot better than some other games. He should, if he does his usual thing, he should walk out to me. He won't let me he won't walk up to the wall. Yeah, see? A lot of other games that are coming out, he would have just sat there and walked into the wall for 10 or 15 seconds before he realized, oh, my pathing is interrupted. Enemies aren't stupid, always a plus. Yep, always a plus when there's good mob AI. And like I said, they've done a really good job of making the faction stuff cooperative and competitive. The enemy attack channel times seem a bit slow, though. Not sure if that's intended or not. They do seem a bit slow. How's the pay to win? I'm level 27 and I haven't had to engage in anything that would be pay to win. I haven't experienced enough to say if it's going to be good or going to be bad. I will say another member of my community said that there was problems with the pay to win, but I haven't personally seen it. What I understand of the layout of the game. In fact, let me go down to the auction house since I'm here. Let's just, not exactly what I need to do right now, but we can take a look. Thank you for the person that told me about batch sell. Let's take a look. Appreciate the follow. What's in the auction house? Solar Byte owned, including the tradable. Can only be used in the store exchange for Eclipsium. It requires 3 to 4 day holding period. So yeah, it looks like you're gonna have drops in the world and people sell them here for Solar Byte. Another question is, does this come into the economy any other way? I'm gonna check on a game called, seems like a game, like a MOBA without champions. Well, let me know how it is. Again, I don't... Yeah, this is a very small downloadable game. Very small. Use the supply depot to produce and claim a tier 6 sand crystal crab pot. Oh yeah, I need to see who's... I don't think I have enough to buy the other drifter I want. Yeah, I need 3. Oh, I do. Izzy and Moonveil. I want Moonveil. Wait. I want Izzy. Watch some guides. Yeah, watch away. And if you find any good information, swing on back and let me know. See, right now, what I need is I need these. I need the epic blueprint to unlock my armor. There's one other place that you can buy them. What was it? Down there. Yeah, but I don't want to, I need to buy, yeah. So it's basically a matter of grinding my ass off until I get what I need. Isn't that the story of your life? Grind your ass off until you get everything you need. If I can do the next one of these. Yeah. Let's get our ass kicked. This is the, it says hostile player, but these are actually NPCs. This is like your training level up environment. Be nice. Thank you. What else can I do? I need upgrade this. Oh, use the supply depot tier 6 sand crab pot. Let's go do that. Yeah, I think a lot of the character design is great. This is one of the nice parts about not trying to build a full crazy MMORPG. I'm installing the game, didn't realize it's free to play. Gonna play when I get back from the parents. Good, see, look at that. In fact, hold on, before you go, I can do one other thing for you. I don't know why I copied it. I have to type it in manually. Fucking dumbass. I'm gonna put in an invitation code. Get free shit. Oh. Well, apparently apparently if I had followed the instructions of the game. Look at that. I'm done with a whole extra chapter. Upgrade the second drifter technology in the research tab. Is the game good? I would say the game is good so far. The recruitment code, you go right here. Escape, event, link invitation code. You put it in right there and you get your little bonus. I would say it looks like Diablo 4 rewards. It is kind of. I mean, for what it is so far, I'm going to say it's good. I'm not going to say it's going to be good in 20 minutes. What server am I on? That is an amazing question. Couldn't fucking tell you. Because I don't think it has me pick when I come in. Hold on. Let me... So... Oh, well, that's my own fault. I didn't... I am on Europe. I am on Selenium. I did not realize when I made my character that it had a Americas. And there is... Yeah, I'm on Selenium, and I didn't realize... Oh, I didn't see that when I logged in the other day. I guess I missed it. Because there's their servers. So... Oh, I'm very confused. I changed. The drift matcher is different in star system. Recommend switch systems. Oh, so yeah, that's what I had done. I guess I can't make a second character, so it's gonna link me. It's gonna put me back. Yeah. I guess because I started playing at a weird time, it put me on... It changed it. I thought I didn't fucking pay any attention. But yeah, it looks like there are American servers. So I apologize to the game immensely for lying about it. Go to the new drifter. Basing default server on the time you created a character is weird. So it may not have been that. I was in a lot of pain the other day, so I took a painkiller. Because my body is just my nervous system is deciding to eat itself. Let me tell you right now, neuropathy in your hands, your feet, and your heart, 10 out of 10. Do not recommend. Do not sign up for that shit. If the doctor says, would you like a nice patch of neuropathy, tell them fuck no. Yeah, there are US servers. But here, I'm gonna show you something that's like kind of weird. I log out. Yeah, whatever. So I log out. And I change servers to America. And then what they don't allow you to do is I can't make another character. Like, let me make a character on the America server. Like, I don't know why they did that. Oh. Apparently it didn't like that option. Oh, it had an update. So yeah, I don't know why they did it that way. Unless they're all the same world, which I don't think they would be, but maybe they are. Maybe it's like Fractured and they're using a program that you connect to a server, but it makes everybody in the same world. I don't know. I didn't want to do that. It is nice that you can drive with the map open. It's like Fractured needs to take a look at this. Fractured, the MMO by Dynamite, they need to take a look at this because they're both isometric. And I think this game has done way, way better with their idea and their game design than Fractured did. Fractured could, and I know that they're, you know, they've got a fish or cut bait, but Fractured could take this map, idea and do like the Warborne, the Beastkin, and lay their map out that way instead of doing different planets. Oh, I make this mistake quite often. I don't reset my build after I do that dungeon area. The training hall. So yeah, so far this is looking like something that if you're looking for something to play, it'd probably keep you busy for a weekend, maybe two, while we're waiting for other things to come out. If pay to win is a concern, just wait until it comes up. Guys. There's 6 to 15 players. I do like the fact my big head's in the way. Which way do I have to go? I do like the fact that they don't tell you exactly how many players, but they tell you roughly how many players. So right now there's 0 to 5 players. So I think they've done an amazing job with the initial layout. They also have the throttle because you have to mine. So they have a little bit of a throttle in place to make sure that you're not off to the races. That does create a little EVE Online-esque problem. Like the people who started on launch day got mining right away, so their mining progression is further ahead. With that said, there's not necessarily something inherently wrong with people being ahead. It just sometimes annoys people, and that's okay. You slept late? That's okay. Sleeping in is a good thing sometimes. I can't unlock this yet because I don't have the things. The tones. Up late after gaming, after a 50-hour work week. Man, I will just say this. I am so thankful that I don't have to work anymore. Because my body hurts so much. Like somebody asked an interesting question about military service. And I will say, they were like, do people really deserve a pension after only 20 years in the military? Fuck yes, they do. Like the first couple of years of retirement was one thing. But now my answer is most assuredly fucking yes. Military veterans deserve their pension. Because my body is quite often saying to me, what are you doing? Like, I made a mistake last night. My wife wasn't home, and I took a bath. And my body hurt, and I was like, shit, I might not be able to get my fucking self out of the bathtub. So... they have this really cool thing at our movie theater. They do the WrestleMania paper, or like, yeah, the WWE pay-per-views at the theater. So, like my kid likes going there. Because my kid's a big wrestling fan. I have no idea how my kid turned out to be a wrestling fan. She found it on her own. She likes it, so she was really excited. She went to Backlash. I was an aircraft weapons specialist, and man, did my knees melt from time to time from squatting and lifting bombs and such. Yeah, fuck that. Like, fuck all that. Like, my guys, I had the fuels guys because I was the fuels flight commander. And those guys, they do so much work. Like, their bodies, they just hurt all the time. You're probably getting a VPN to save money rather than getting the $30 ESPN. Right now, I imagine that $30 ESPN is going to drop in price pretty rapidly, considering the Disney lost $3 billion in value after canceling Jimmy Kimmel. So I imagine there's going to be some deals to be had. Netflix isn't where the pay-per-views are. Some of them are on Netflix. In January, they're moving to ESPN. Yes, USA Netflix is different than global Netflix. Or I guess the pay-per-views are on Netflix except if they're in another country. I don't know. All I know is it wasn't on Netflix yesterday. That's why they went to the theater. I feel like I'm riding a mechanical camel. Don't bully me. Don't hurt me. Hello, Dipstick. Hello, Dipstick. What's wrong, buddy? No, you can't go harass the other cat. I have to keep two of my cats locked up while they're eating. And then my emotional support animal sits in the window, and so if she's there, I don't let asshole boy bother her. And he gets all mad. My emotional support animal had to give her up because she attacked my old man cat. Turns out she's not the one that attacked him. Turns out it was my wife's kitten. Damn near tore his ear off. So now my ESA won't fight back because she's afraid of getting in trouble. I'm just like, man, you need to fight back. You need to kick his ass. Put him in his place. Upgrade the defense turret technology in the research center. Nomad post? I don't... Defense turret. I need 5,190 energy. Okay. Isn't there a daily shop over here? Was. Oh, even better. Like, the little things in life. Fence turret. Research. Plunder a tier 8 or higher small scrap post. Raise your combat power by upgrading your drifter's tier, putting on higher tier equipment, and gaining mastery. My drift mark needs to be level 7. What are we at, Ralph? Ralph, buddy. We're only upgrading to 6. Oh no, we're upgrading to 7. We just happen to have 1 day and 16 hours left. This has a mobile game feel to it. Kind of. And I can't really say a lot about it. But a lot of games coming out in the future are going to start to have this feel to them because game companies need to make money. Okay, enter Vanehold and contend for resources. Defeat them to get energy points. Vanehold. Okay, well, where the hell is Vanehold? Enter the Underground Bazaar. So I've got 26 minutes. A lot of game companies are going to start trying to be crossover for that sweet mobile money. It's just too lucrative for them not to take a chunk of it. I think gone are the days where gamers are going to vote with their wallet, which is weird because gamers are vote with their wallet only in protest. But gamers still suffer from fear of missing out. So even though they know something is terrible, they're still going to support it because it might get good. Well, if you support it even though it's terrible because it might get good, what incentive does the game company have to make it good from the beginning? A big section of the mobile money comes from games being on mobile. Though Granny Smith Candy Crusher isn't likely to play Warborne Above Ashes on a desktop. Yeah, but remember this. Just because it's a mobile crossover game, the money spent on Steam gets credited to PC, not to mobile. So when a game is on both, like Once Human's on Steam, it's on PC through their own launcher, and it's on mobile. When Steam reports, or when you can data mine out the Steam number, well, yeah, you're right. Granny Smith, who plays Candy Crush, isn't likely to play this game. But there are an awful lot, like, China is a big one. Now, unfortunately, the games in China... No, you're absolutely. That doesn't magically come over to the PC audience. You're right. And a lot of the problem I see is game companies trying to make cross compatibility. And they're trying to make cross compatibility with PC games, but they're not it's like it's the exact same correlation between being a YouTuber and then being a TikToker. Yeah, there's content to be made, or there's money to be made over on TikTok. Break. You have to make TikTok content, which is why I was doing an experiment. It's not working because I can't condense my content down to a 15-second soundbite. So now I'm gonna go a different direction with it. Although I may dump it all together because it is a bit of a distraction. Break. I'm also getting subscribers on YouTube from short form content. So if all it takes is 5 extra minutes to upload it to TikTok, I might as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if it's a small amount of work for them to put their content on mobile and they make more money back than they spend, it's probably a good idea. The drawback is, by doing that, are they losing customers because they've decided to make their game cross-platform? And I think that becomes a really important talking point. How many players did Once Human lose when they decided to cross over to mobile? Are they going to make more money from those mobile players than they would have from those PC players? I think that the answer is not making your MMO playable on mobile. The answer is making your MMO interactable with your phone so that you once again serve the one game to rule them all. I think the game that has absolutely hit this the best was Neverwinter Nights. Being able to control all your minions from your phone meant when you got home, you had the shit you needed to craft. Was a very, very, very good idea. You can't see it because the chat is blurred. There's already fucking gold sellers. This also has some RuneScape-esque work. It's like 42,000 gathering resources. Oh shit, you mean I'm gonna be there for a while? Yeah, oh okay. Gold sellers are like rats in London. You're never more than 3 meters from one. Yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, it's also what I think is borderline redonkulous is people will complain about gold sellers, right? And yet they complain about gold sellers, but then you catch them buying gold. Like, Like, how are you mad about gold sellers, motherfucker? You buy gold. People kill me. People kill me on like just a monumental level. New game, who dis? We have 16 minutes. I don't think there's anything I can particularly go out and do in this short amount of time to make money. But yeah, so far the game is fun. As long as the game doesn't suddenly develop any massive amounts of pay to win, the game will stay fun. But if the game starts to go pay to win, I'll just uninstall it. Which, what was said, if it's a game that has the usual pay to win flavor to it, and it goes pay to win, then you know exactly what the target goal is then. Like, if they suddenly want you spending money, well, then get fucked. But so far it looks like you can keep up, although it looks like Albion. It's isometric like Albion, yes. Oh, hey, look at that. We finished a faction mission. Oh, nice. It also has that mobile feel to it, because every time you do stuff, it like... every time you do things, it kind of like puts icons up. Like, go here, go here. Oh. Like, I don't have enough of these to unlock that. Actually, I haven't touched any of the other weapons either. I've touched the bow. I haven't touched anything else. Need strength. Focusing on all agility right now. Drifter. Oh, look at that. Ah. Come on, man. Hurry up. Process up this fucking dinosaur. Carve him up. Side quest up there. Sell an item at the auction house. Oh, well, okay. If you twist my arm. Still love that. Gather any resource, 42,000. Well then. That right there is a good function. Warborne Discord. Let people link. Overweight. How long do I have? 10 minutes? 10 minutes before the war? That's fine. It keeps saying you remember stuff, but looks like you just find weapons in the wild. You buy your weapons once you get to the underground. Oh, you're saying trying to find more about Acheron that got mentioned. I'm still trying to figure out how you get abilities. I have no idea. I'll look at that game next. That'll be the next thing we look at. Not today, obviously. There you go. I don't know what the hell to do with all these crafting mats yet, but we'll just keep gathering. We'll just keep fishing. What genre is this game? Isometric combat would be the best answer to that. See how hard the mobs are over there. Hey, house is moving. ARPG kind of, more Albion than anything else, because it's all PvP. I mean, there's PvE activities to go to, but the ultimate goal of this game is PvP. I don't think I'm going to be able to even remotely work on this. We will try. Oh shit, I forgot about those guys. Oh shit, hostile player. He peace out. Oh, I think he pieced out. Looks very slow paced. Yeah, it kind of is slow paced. There we go. See, kind of like Batman and Bruce. Batman and Gordon. Now there's two of us. Back here, you jerk. He did that Guardian shit again. Good. He must have seen the other hostile player at that one point. He ventured off to get him. I feel bad, man. Like, I do feel bad because that hostile player was probably trying to clear this, and he probably cleared out half of it. And then we came along, but such is life, man. Such is life. And this is where I think, honestly, a game like when we were playing Fractured and we had a fairly large group of us going out, the game was a lot better because you had an awful lot of people with you. But when you're on your own, everything you do is going to be kind of slow. Fires a silencing arrow forward. The first enemy hit takes 174 damage. After 2 seconds, the arrow inflicts 314 additional magic damage and applies silence for 4 seconds. Sounds like a party, right? I imagine that all these people are going to move towards... Oh, the vein hold extraction. Look at that. Oh, that is really cool. I like that. The DPS meter on the dummy. That's classy right there. That's a well done way to do that. It'd be pointless if you had a dummy. Well, not if you had a combat log. If you have a combat log, they expect you to figure it out yourself. Yeah, if they're going to put the numbers there, I agree with you. A little confused, but like, it says hostile players, but they have to be bots. Because my own understanding of my ability as a player means there's no way I am 3 times better than anybody at this game. Oh. Okay, so that other hostile player is a player. I don't think I like this new ability. Shit. I'm not sure if I'm digging this new ability. In fact, I'm not digging it. That's a nice surprise. He doesn't seem to have a very nice sense of humor. Shit. So that other player is got to be a player. I just don't do enough damage single target, but I can't do enough AoE without being an AoE build. Come on, let's go. Come on, we gotta get back in there. Yeah, oh, so... he had enough time to recover. Ouch. That hurts. Oh, he... oh, shit. I see what that is. He disarmed... that must be the icon for disarm. This is an interesting way to do it. Oh, shit, he's gaining too much life too quickly. My God, that was a doozy. That was a... so this is interesting. There is a lot of value. Like clearing out this gave me a lot of these. So I actually have to wonder now if that actually is another player or if that is like a bot. But yeah, I like this. This is what I'm talking about, like with the keep your PvPers entertained. This is apparently supposed to be a competitive PvP thing. Well, if that's the case, this is a great event to give PvPers to go do. Oh, hello. Oh, shit. There's a hostile player. Oh, so should have bailed when I got it. So I went to the place I got killed. He picked up a good chunk of mine. So that's a good event. I mean, it's solid. Next round starts at the top of the hour. That's not a terrible event. It was a lot of XP. I mean, I leveled and then took a chunk out of my next level. So, yeah. I just have to remember next time if I need to remember to bounce. No, that was good. That was good. So good to see him make. Good to see a company making some good bits and bobs. We're always a fan of good bits and bobs, and that goes with what we said earlier in the show. Like you need to create ways to keep your players occupied. You don't want your PvPers to be bored and start ripping the fucking paintings off the wall. What can you do to keep your player base, your PvP player base busy? Some of this I'm going to say I don't understand. But it's got enough wiggle on the worm to make me want to stay hooked to the game to find out more about what's going on. It's like that event was fun. Now I saw somebody say it earlier, it's slow paced, and it is. But I think the idea of these control points on each map that give you bonuses. So go download it. If you're looking for something, if you like this type of game, yeah. Now, of course, with me, I've got coming up this week. I won't have a ton of time to dedicate to this because we have new content in Once Human. We have a new Visional Wheel. We have the new Pokemon. I shouldn't say Pokemon. Nintendo might pop out of the fucking toaster and cap my ass. We have the new Battling Minion Pets mode. Mari's gonna pop out of your sink and get you. That's right. Fucking Mari's gonna pop out of a fucking toilet with Yoshi. I'm gonna get fucking eaten. Yoshi, no! Yoshi, why you do this? What's that one fucking Mario cartoon? Makes me laugh. No, Yoshi, you can't go in the castle. The last time you took a Luigi on the carpet. Oh, shit made me laugh. Now, one thing I will say, it would be good if they varied up the strongholds, because right now they're all laid out identically the same. They have different mobs in them, but their actual physical layout is always the same. What is this shit? Signal disruption. This is also... Oh, shit. This is good. I like this. This environmental effect. This is a cool global effect. Behind my big fat head, my mini map is now unavailable to me. Hey, hey, hey! No cat fights. Having a niche? Yeah, absolutely. I'll let him reset again. Yeah, this is good. This is well done. I like that character over there. The frost tank. Like how Roblox and VR chat do, it's got that style to it. I don't like anything Roblox style anymore because of the amount of lack of good moderation. You're a wait and see person. Well, the nice part about it is it's free to play, which free to play is worth it at any price. So, oh, Ship of Heroes. Sorry. Let me, I don't know what Ship of Heroes is. You guys are like, it's funny. Either all these games are suddenly coming out, or everyone just decided to start telling me about games. Got probably 10 games on my list now. So many games. I need a guide for Archer PvP. I don't know. I just started playing like 2 days ago. When I was in that other event, that was the first time I've lost to PvP. But I don't really have a good guide for PvP yet. If I keep playing the game, I will inevitably make guides. But right now, I don't like following guides. The problem with following guides is you end up falling into a meta and not understanding, like, why do I play the way I play? Because I kind of play with it around, I play with it myself. So yeah, I can't help you with a preformed guide for the game. Weird map. I did not try the Fellowship playtest. Each week I write. I do 2 video game guides, a content creator article, and a politics article. So my downtime is limited. Although I should have a little bit more this week because I don't have an album to do. The Dark Carnival album is done. And I'm not doing any more music until the next album will be a produced one. Unfortunately, I don't always have the time I want. I've watched so much on mobile I haven't remembered to resub. Hey, look at that. Christmas music. Unfortunately, I don't have any money in the budget right now to pay a composer. And it sucks because I wish I did. But Christmas should get us like 250 or more thousand plays in a month, which will then give us enough money in the beginning of the year. And then yes, next year I'm earmarking off at least one Christmas album. I just don't I have so much good Christmas music on PGN Music. I don't know what else actually needs to be produced. I'm sitting here now, I'm stalking my own Twitch drop. $98% of 3 hours. I think Twitch drops are one of the smartest things any company can do, despite what Margaret Crone at Ashes of or Intrepid Studios says that they're expensive. They're not. They're not cost prohibitive. It's such a smart thing. It's such a brilliant way to get people to stream your game, and it's such a great way because you can designate certain streamers to have certain drops. You work as a, like, Once Human could take their top 5 streamers, give them a custom drop, and then give them a small stipend for playing during that time. And a lot of people are like, well, I wouldn't want just a small stipend. Well, what? You can't convert your viewers into subscribers? Like, you want them to do that for you too? This week, these people have a drop. Next week, these people have a drop. You're right. And if you have somebody like, you have somebody that's a longtime creator for your game, yeah, you pass it around between people. Well, not necessarily. Let me back up. You don't necessarily pass it around between people. You pass it around between people that are likely to make content for your game. You don't want to really give the cookies and the goodies to the people that aren't dedicated to your game. You want that symbiotic relationship. You want there to be, you want 1 or 2 people at the top who you know are influencers who are never going to stay with your game. Yeah, in terms of your core CC people, yes. Like, and you always make sure you tell everybody what's going on. Hey, Jay, you don't do a lot of PvP. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so just so you know, it's nothing against you. We're just not putting you in this Twitch drop campaign because we want people that are going to be playing Raid Zone. Hey, no problem. But then they're like, hey, Jay, your created lunar assets were amazing. Thanks. There's a new lunar thing coming out. Oh, really? Yeah. So, yeah, we're giving it to you. Oh, okay. But you need to make sure that you're talking about, or the Pokemon people. I gotta stop calling it the fucking Pokemon thing. People that are going to be doing that event. The people that are all about it. Be like, hey, we're going to give you guys a Twitch drop because you're all about that event. Got it. Okay, let's see. 99%. Come on! Freaking Stop it! Stop teasing me! Stop teasing me! Warframe was great. I loved Warframe. The, Gale needs to shit talk the H37 Catgirl Deviant coming out. Oh, Gale will shit talk the hell out of that. Warframe was great. I really enjoyed Warframe, but after my second seizure playing Warframe, it's too dangerous for me. It's too dangerous for me to play because I can't afford to be having seizures, and it's something about Warframe's gameplay. It just doesn't work. Although, which was weird because I didn't have a seizure playing Cyberpunk, and I thought I was going to. The first time Judy put the brain dance goggles on me, I was able to look down in time. I thought I was gonna have a fucking seizure, but I didn't. But it's something about Warframe's graphics. My wife found me on the floor after the second seizure, and she was like, "You're done." She's like, "You're done with this game." I was like, "Okay." I did like Warframe, though. I'm starting to be a spicy boy. Look at this. I'm getting far from home. Like, getting kind of far away from where I should be. I just kind of want to see the... I just kind of want to see the map a little bit. But yeah, based on everything I see about the game is definitely something that'll keep you busy. The game is definitely something that you'll have a good time with. As long as you know what you're getting into. So I have to get 3 more of those. That's gonna take a while. Grab these. All right. Unfortunately, that is all the time I have for today. I have to go be. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be irresponsible for like another hour. But I need to get up. I have chores to do, and then I need to write like 2 articles today. One's like half done. So I will see you guys tomorrow for politics on the same channel. See you then.
I wonder if the organic meat sack that runs this channel knows a lot of these sponsors don't sponsor us anymore.
They were longtime sponsors. The credits are fine.
Do we get paid? Is any of this sponsorship money for Gale, Daisy,